I'm a lifelong Southerner, married to an Indian man who grew up in South Africa during apartheid, and I am fiercely proud of both. If you don't like that, well, bless your heart. I'm Sheryl Parbhoo, and this is Southern Life, Indian Wife. All right, so today I've got Sophia Watson in the room with me. How are you, Sophia?
I'm fine. How are you?
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So let me tell you a little bit about Sophia. Sophia is an actress, writer, and model in Atlanta, whom I have known for a very long time, since you were maybe
Five,
I think.
Five.
She's got a slew of acting credits to her name, including appearances in 10 films. This young lady wrote, starred in, and produced the award-winning short film #SLUT, which tells a story of bullying, social media, and the abuse of power that young people can fall prey to. With all of these accomplishments, you're not going to believe how old Miss Sophia is. She's only 19.
Yep. Turned 19 May 1st. So
wow.
Recently.
Well, yeah. Happy late birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm really, really excited to have you here to talk about your movie, because I've known you since you were in kindergarten.
I know. Very little.
Yeah. So this little girl in her plaid skirt, little uniform going to school. So it's been exciting to see all the stuff that you've done over the years.
Thank you.
Yeah. And this film that you've done, I mean, it sounds incredible. And I'm sure it's had a huge impact on people.
Yeah, I would like to think it did.
Yeah.
Or it does. Yeah, I had probably one of I'd say the top two, like, things that made me realize, like, it's really impacting people, which is, the goal. But one guy came up to me who was a filmmaker. He made a phenomenal film. It was like a full-length documentary and reenactment thing of a priest that got murdered. It was awesome. I actually just mentioned this in another interview thing I did, but yeah, so it was just phenomenal, so impactful and amazing. And he came up to me and he was like, "Hey, I haven't cried at a movie in a very long time, and your movie made me cry."
Wow.
And I was like, "I'll cry."
Yeah.
And I was like, "You're gonna make me cry." He's like, "Well, then we'll be even." I was like, "Oh, good."
Wow, that says it all.
And then one, I guess he was in middle school. A dad came up to me and was like, "Hey, we've been here through this entire film festival." I think the film festival was about a week long. And he came up to me and was like, "Hey, my son said that yours was his favorite." And like, it's like he could really relate to everything going on just because of how it happens in schools and like the social media bullying and all that kind of thing. The people that are in high school and middle school can really see it because they live it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was like, I'm glad he could watch it and like realize that it was like something that's happening, and he really liked it and things like that.
That's amazing. So you've been on a really long journey from the time that you started acting until the time when you decided to write this movie.
Yeah.
So let's kind of back up.
Okay.
Let's talk about where you began, who you really are. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Let's dig into the real Sophia.
Ooh, scary.
I know, right? This is like taking the makeup off, the hair goes down. This is the real you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you and I met when you were in kindergarten.
Yes.
Were you born here in Atlanta?
Yes, in Gwinnett.
In Gwinnett. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Gwinnett Medical Center, maybe?
Yeah. Okay.
Like that.
That sounds familiar.
Yes, I was.
All right. So are your parents both from the South?
They are not. My mom's from New York and my dad's from New Jersey.
Oh,
so
I didn't know that.
This is why I don't like sweet tea, I think. Even though they like it.
They didn't. Oh, okay.
They like it, but they're from the North. So I got that North streak of not liking tea.
Yeah. So
that's what I say.
It's in your genes. Yeah.
Yeah. Somewhere in there.
Yeah. So you've grown up kind of between two worlds. You've got these, I'm going to say it, Yankee parents.
Yes.
And you grew up here.
Yes.
In the deep, deep South.
Yes. And of course, my parents have lived here for, a very long time. I think my mom's lived here like almost 40 years, 30 years, something like that.
Okay. Yeah. Parents are just
long
ancient.
time.
So it's like, a century, right?
No. Never.
Never. No, you'd never say that.
Never. But yeah. But I'm from here and my little brother's from here too.
Okay. So you've got one brother.
I do.
Okay. What's his name?
Wes. Yeah. He was 2, I guess, when we met.
Yeah, I remember.
He was little.
Just a little bitty blonde little toddler. Yeah.
He was, yeah.
Now he's in high school.
He is, I know. He's
acting
a sophomore
too, right?
He is, yeah. He's actually doing very well as well. He's doing great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
He just booked a recurring role on a TV show. I don't know how much I can say about that legally, but
I know, right? Okay.
But he did do that, so that'll be out at some point.
Awesome. Well, yeah, I don't want to get you in trouble and suck you into saying too much.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know if I could say a lot about that, but
right. But you do have a brother that's an actor that's doing well.
I do. Yes. He joined because of me. I take credit for all his stuff.
Of course. So he's going to give you some of the money too when he hits
absolutely.
it really big, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, okay. So you're the Southern Belle in your Yankee family, but you don't really have a Southern accent. So
I don't.
But I mean, a lot of us here don't.
Yeah,
there's so many
true.
transplants.
It's true.
Unless you come from some, far out Podunk County.
Yeah.
So, okay. Do you consider yourself a Southern girl? Because I know you've been to LA a lot doing work.
I do. Yeah. I mean, I was born here. I mean, I'm from here. I've lived here my entire life. So I guess I do. Yeah. I consider myself, a Southern girl.
Okay. So like when you go out to LA, do they like look at you as a little bit different? Like, oh, that Georgia girl, do they wear shoes where she came from?
I don't know if it's necessarily, I don't really I'm not sure if a lot of people know. I mean, they know I'm like from out of town because I don't live there.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know if everyone there knows exactly where I'm from when they see me.
So it's not like you're showing up with a piece of straw in your mouth.
Yeah, cowboy hat and boots. I'm
right.
Yeah,
like Beverly Hillbillies or something like that.
What's the song from Miley Cyrus? Party in the USA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what this is reminding me of.
Yeah, right. Well, it's a good thing because that might hurt your chances to get work out there.
Yeah, no, I have no accent, and I can do an accent if I really need to, but it's like. It takes me some practice to get accents down.
Right.
So it's like, if they're like, no accents, in which they say in a lot of the auditions, I'm like, oh, perfect, great.
Yeah, perfect. I have that, neutral accent anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Adam, my son, he's in the theater program at NYU, and he's excited because I think next year he gets to do this class that's just all about doing different accents.
That's so fun.
And that sounds so fun. And I think if I were to ever be crazy and be an actor, I would need an entire class.
Oh, yeah, it's hard. Yeah.
I could not do it. Wow. Okay. So, you started acting when you were 5.
Yes. Well, probably 6 or 7. I did modeling when I was younger. My mom did just modeling stuff. And I was pretty I guess I was successful in it as a child.
Yeah.
I was on the cover of a Macy's magazine.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Some stuff like that when I was little. I think I was probably 4, maybe 3 when I did that. But I switched agencies, I guess. Or I might have went on a commercial audition first and then switched agencies, but I went on a commercial audition and I booked it.
When you were little?
Yeah, the very first one I ever went on, the very first audition for anything acting, I went on it. And I was like, I like this so much better than modeling.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and I like modeling. It's fun. And it's you get the cool pictures, you get to advertise products, but it's different.
Boring?
Not necessarily boring, but it's just, there's more expression in acting.
Right.
Because in modeling, you're modeling something. You're doing it to get to the end goal of advertising something else, usually.
Okay. Gotcha.
Usually. Unless you're advertising yourself, you're like an Instagram influencer or whatever, then that would be you're advertising yourself and your social media, but you're still advertising.
Right.
Acting is more, in my opinion, I guess, expressive.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get to talk, you get to move. I mean, modeling, you're just moving for the picture.
Yeah. And as you can see, I talk a lot. So this is why I like acting.
It's perfect for you. Yeah, my oldest son, I don't know if you know Nick. He did one modeling job. He had decided when he was in 6th grade he wanted to be an actor, I guess because he had heard about all the cool stuff that you were doing. So we went through an agency that got him this Frito-Lay ad. Yeah. And he spent the 2 days at the location doing all the filming on a skateboard and really cool stuff. And he got his check and he said, I'm never freaking doing that again.
Why?
It was boring to him because he wanted to talk. He wanted to run around and just to stand there. He thought it was the most ridiculous thing ever. So, but I was like, dude, do you see how much money you got paid for these 2 days? Really? This could put you through college. But
I did one modeling job when I was little. I think I was probably maybe 4, maybe 5. I was little. And it was an ad for little cookies. And I don't know what it was for, Girl Scout cookies, something like that. I don't really remember, but I was really little. But I would like have to smile and pose like with the cookie so close to my face, and they wouldn't let me eat the cookie.
Oh,
man. And in between takes, I would just like lean over and nibble like a little piece off of it and then go back. And my mom was like, I see you. And I was like, I can't just not eat it. And then they probably let me eat it at the end or something. But
yeah, that would be torture for a little kid. Wow.
It was funny.
Well, yeah, I guess I
took little nibbles.
Did you? So I guess it didn't show up in the shot.
No. Very small nibbles, like bunny nibbles.
Yeah. Okay. Good. So you didn't lose your job because of it.
No. I wouldn't risk it.
Yeah. So, okay. So you're this little kid, you're doing these modeling jobs, and then you start to get into these acting jobs.
Yeah.
So, okay. I know you're close to your parents.
I am.
And your mom is probably the sweetest person in this entire world.
Absolutely.
And I know that people who don't know actors, child actors always think that, the parents are these super controlling, people that live vicariously through their kids. But what was your mom like? I know the answer, but let's talk about your mom.
Oh my gosh. She's the best.
Yeah.
I really couldn't have done any of this without her. Like, honestly, like I know a lot of people are like, I couldn't have done it without them. But like, she literally is like the best.
Yeah, she's like absolutely your cheerleader, isn't she?
She totally is. Yeah. And she will push me to be the best that I can be, but she's not like, like how some of the stage moms are. Yeah. It's like exactly what you were just describing. But no, she just is so encouraging and helpful in everything I do. I really owe it all to her, to be honest.
That's awesome. That is like the nicest thing any kid can say about their mom.
Well, I love her. She's the best.
So, okay. So you were growing up doing all this acting and you're traveling. And I know that our kids went to school with you for a while, but you kind of were in and out of school.
I was.
Right.
Yeah.
So I always wondered about that. How do you keep up? Were you homeschooled or were you in school part-time? Like I always thought, wow, this little girl has this double life that she's living. She's like a secret agent, So what was that like?
It has its struggles kind of missing that much school because, my parents were always saying, they're like, yep, like your health is the most important thing, of course, and then school and then acting. Like that's kind of the order that they always told me when I was little.
Yeah.
So, school was always top priority, for nothing else if, a backup plan acting because the entertainment business isn't reliable.
Right.
And of course it's important anyway. And so I did miss a lot when I was in elementary school. I guess the workload was not like that hard.
Yeah, you can take your little readers with you. And
yeah,
stuff
exactly,
like that.
exactly. Middle school, I did mostly online school in middle school, and then private school, but it was a very small private school, and it was specifically for kids who had careers in things other than school. Oh, so it went 3 days a week, and they were half days. It was not a lot of in school time, and then they gave you work for like the other 2 days that you were not there, but it was specifically for like if like some of the kids did tennis, some of them did, like other things like that where you miss a lot of school. So it's called Rivers Academy. It's here in Atlanta. They have 2 locations now, I think.
Okay. I didn't even know such a thing existed.
I know. It's pretty cool. And one of the girls who's actually in my agency, I've known her for a while. She teaches there now, which I think is kind of cool.
Oh, that is really cool.
Yeah. But, or she did. I'm not sure if she's still there. But she definitely did. And,
so she did acting, and then she just decided that, teaching was for her.
Yeah, I think she still does acting a lot, I think. But she's still in the agency and all that kind of stuff. So, but she does teach there. And of course it's, it's like for, I think it was 3.5, 4 hours for 3 days a week. So it wasn't like a lot of time in school. And then I left there and did online school for another year or 2.
Okay.
And then I went to public school my senior year.
Yes. And I actually was a teacher at your school.
Were you?
Yes, I was.
What'd you teach?
I taught ESOL. So I taught the new immigrant kids.
Wow.
Yeah. But
awesome.
I was there 2 years before you got there.
Okay,
I think you were a sophomore or junior. So you got there after I did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's
so cool.
It's kind of a small world.
Yeah. I didn't know that. That's so weird.
Yeah. So I want to get to that later and just kind of ask you what your public school experience was like.
Yes. But missing school, usually it's, to answer your question, I just kind of got off track and didn't answer it. But
it's easy to do.
But yeah, it's It's, you know, it's helpful when the teachers understand. Because if they don't really understand, they're not supportive of it, it's much harder. It's kind of like the make or break thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, my senior year, the principal was kind of on my side for it, I guess. So he, Chandler Riggs, who did The Walking Dead. Yeah, we are, I've known him forever. Like, I think I was 6 or 7 when we met.
Okay,
But
yeah. I just had his mom on a podcast a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gina Ann, I love her.
Yes, she's wonderful too. Also one of the best moms in the world.
Yes, true. Yeah, Chandler kind of started the whole thing in this county because he went to another school in the same county as I did. And I don't want to like name all the schools.
Right,
names, but, but yeah, so he kind of went through the like superintendent and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they kind of made like helped him with it. And then another person that was on The Walking Dead went to that school too. And so it was kind of like the county kind of knew about it already. And they were kind of very helpful with them. Yeah. So when I kind of brought it up, they were like, yeah, okay.
Oh, that's
so
good.
It was, yeah. So he kind of paved the way for that one, but it was very helpful.
Yeah. Yeah. Because our county, it's very rural, really. I mean, we have like a little pocket of suburban, you know, USA here, but it's very, very, very rural and
especially
not a lot of actors.
Up to school. Oh, yeah. Where I went to school, it was very, there's a lot of rural area around there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm sure, you know, people just don't know what to do with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Wes, you know, he's been missing quite a bit of school this semester, I guess, because of the role he booked, because it's reoccurring. And so he, yeah, they've been pretty good about it. He's, you know, he gets a little bit behind, but he'll catch up and he's doing well. So
that's good. And that's hard, especially in high school.
Oh, yeah. High school was the hardest part. I went to KSU last semester. I took the first semester of last year, I guess, off. And then I like the fall off to work on this kind of kind of thing. Yeah.
The more fun stuff. Right?
Oh, yeah. The more fun stuff. And then I went back part-time the next semester.
Classes at
Kennesaw, yes.
Okay.
And yeah, and so I missed, I think, maybe 6 weeks.
Okay.
Of maybe 5? I'm not sure. Spring break was in there, so I don't know if we're counting that. But yeah, so I missed a lot of school last semester for the film festivals for the film.
How were the professors about that?
One of my professors, my art and society professor, she was awesome. I love her. She was so supportive. She goes, "That's exciting as hell." That's the word for word. That's what she said. And I was like, "Thank you." She's like, "That's so great. Like, this is an art and society class. Like, I think that's great that you're doing that, blah, blah, blah." She was like, "Just email me when you're out there." And she counted attendance towards the grade. And I was gone, obviously, for a very long time.
Yeah.
And she told me, she was like, "Oh, I'll just count you present. Like, don't worry about it. Like, blah, blah." All I had to do when I got back was make up 2 1-paragraph writing assignments and then do the 2 tests I missed. I only missed 1. The next one was the next class because I came back finals week, which was kind of tough. But
oh my gosh, that's like a nightmare that I've had before. I mean, once you're done with college, you're going to be able to relate to this. I would have these nightmares, 10 years after I graduated from college, that I'd sign up for these classes and not even go until the final exam.
Oh my God.
I'm like, oh no, I've been sleeping through this class the whole time. What am I going to do?
That's so stressful.
So stressful. But, we get through these things.
Yeah. Well, she was super supportive about it. My other teacher was not as supportive as she was, but still supportive. And, there was more work for his class than I had for the other class to do. But I, did it and did well in the class. So
that's good. That's good. Yeah. These professors really need to be kind to you because since you're a writer, you can turn them into like a really ugly character in a new movie or something.
It's possible.
They better watch out.
Yeah. One scene in the short film is actually something that happened in real life to one of my best friends.
Oh, so, wow.
Writers pull stuff from real life.
That's
sometimes.
Right.
And I'm not going to write about everything that anyone tells me, obviously. And I wouldn't throw anyone under the bus ever, but.
and you can't use real names.
Oh, no, never.
Numero uno rule.
Never. But I've definitely met some people and be like, you would be such an interesting character.
Write that down in the notebook.
I'm like, okay.
Yep. File that away for later. Okay. So describe this for me. I've never been to LA.
Okay.
My kids have never done anything super exciting like this. Like the most exciting thing that we've had is Adam going to New York, and that's way different from LA. So I've lived in the South all my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to know from a kid's perspective, when you were going from your little neighborhood here in Georgia to LA to do this work, like what was that like for you? Did you make friends out there? Just kind of tell me what the whole lifestyle was like.
Yeah, I knew a lot of people because, now I know quite a few people in LA just because a lot of the people in Atlanta go back and forth to LA and Atlanta just because those are kind of like where the entertainment business is kind of settling for now. Of course, LA is always LA. And then Atlanta, it's growing in Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And so I know a few people out in LA just from doing that. But yeah, when I went out there, like when I used to spend like months and months out there at a time, it was, there weren't like a lot of people I knew out there, like especially around my age. I really didn't. But of course I had Wes.
Yeah.
So it made it a little, not as lonely. But
right.
Just place-wise, I love LA.
Do you?
I love LA. I would love to live out there sometime. I mean, of course, Georgia always has a piece of my heart.
Yeah, you have to say that. Yeah.
No, it's true. It's true. I do. But I love big cities. Mm-hmm. I just do. Like, I love being in Atlanta. I love, I've been in New York. It's great in New York. It's different in New York than Atlanta and LA.
Holy crap, it's different.
Oh, yeah. I can
spend about 3 days there, and then I'm exhausted from the sensory overload of sounds and smells in the summer.
Yeah. I get my mom once read this thing where it was like introvert versus extrovert kind of thing. And it was like introverts charge up by themselves and then release the energy when they're with people. And extroverts are the opposite, where they get energy from being around people. And I just like am so extroverted.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah. I will talk to anybody at any time. And so I think being in cities where there's lots of people around is like something I enjoy.
Okay.
So I really love LA. LA has such a unique feel to it. I guess it's very artsy in LA, and there's kind of a solidarity, I guess, because everyone is there to do the same thing, which of course creates a lot of I know some people that are out there that live out there that are having a hard time like finding genuine people and stuff like that because everyone is pretty much your competition.
Oh wow, that would be tough.
Yeah, so I haven't lived out there, so I can't really speak on that. But I mean, for longer than a few months at a time. But I've heard that's kind of hard with that.
Sure.
And if you watch any YouTubers that live out there or like anything like that, they'll kind of say the same thing. But just the feel of the city itself, I really like.
Okay.
I really like LA.
Okay. So, was it weird for you to go back and forth as a little kid? Or was it just totally normal because that's how you grew up?
I recognize that it was a little weird, that it was just like, oh, okay, now we're doing this. I don't know if I went out to LA I went out to Santa Barbara. That was the first place I went in California, I think. Okay. And then I think I was probably about 10, maybe 11 when I did that.
Okay.
And then the first time I think I spent time in LA was when I was probably maybe 12 or 13.
Okay.
I did traveling before that, though, for other acting things. I was in Louisiana for a little bit, New Orleans. That was the first place I went. That was the first like movie role I think I booked. It was playing Harry Connick Jr.'s daughter in Living Proof. It was super fun. He's great.
Is he?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen him since I was 6, but he was great. Yeah.
Was he like a dad figure even? When you guys weren't?
Oh yeah,
working. That's awesome.
Yeah, he was so sweet. He was always talking to me, and like we were on the shuttle to set from location or whatever, and from camp, and he would sit next to me on the shuttle and just talk to me. I was 6. I was like, oh, cool, and I didn't really know who he was. So I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, nice guy, but don't really comprehend.
And he was he was talking to me. About like he was like, oh, where are you from? And I was like, Atlanta. And he was like, oh, what part of Atlanta? And I looked at my mom because my mom had always told me, don't tell anyone where you live. So I looked at my mom and I was like,
yeah, what do I do?
Yeah, and she was like, you can tell him where we live. That's okay. He won't come to our house. He was like, you can tell Harry Connick Jr. where we live. It's okay.
Yeah, I think he's safe.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, okay. I told him, but he was super, super sweet. We had a couple scenes together, and it was a good experience.
Awesome. Very cool.
So that was the first time I really traveled as like a child, I guess, for acting purposes.
Gotcha.
The first time that I can remember, I guess. But, yeah, it was a super good experience. I love traveling. I still do. I did then. So it's just kind of fun. I like to see like as many places as possible just to kind of get an idea of what's going on.
Right.
How other places are and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, that's the cool thing is when you travel, you really get to meet different kinds of people.
Oh, yeah.
Because like if you just stayed in Atlanta, I mean, there's a certain demographic of people that are in your neighborhood and then a little bit wider out in your city. And it's great to be able to meet so many different kinds of people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Like, you know, I keep going back to New York, because I'm a mom and I'm always talking about my kids. But Adam, you know, he is half Indian, half white. And where he went to school, he and his siblings were like the only ones like that.
Yeah.
And then he got up to New York and he's like, Mom, I'm the whitest kid I know. So it's cool to get out of your little comfort zone.
Yeah, it really is. It is. And, you know, cities are, you know, the melting pot, I think, where it's the most like kind of cities are usually like where it's like the most diverse, I guess.
Right.
Which is awesome. I love that too.
Yeah. So very cool. So you're in the right industry for you to make that happen. Yeah. Right? So you want to talk about any of the cool movies that you've done? Any super famous people that you've met?
Let's see. I'm trying to think.
I have to live vicariously through you.
Okay. Yeah, I know. Every time someone asks me this question, I blank. Like literally every time.
Yeah. Well, because you were probably young.
Yeah, I'm young, and I'm like, you know, it's like, okay, well, here's this.
Yeah.
Let's see. The most recent. I don't know if this is like, I guess celebrity now, but I went to a private showing literally Saturday, so 2 days ago, 3. I can't count. Yeah, for Avengers Endgame.
Oh my gosh!
I know, because someone that's with my agency and the same publicist I have plays Morgan Stark. So you know, Iron Man's daughter, Lexi Rabe, and she is just the sweetest and cutest little girl ever. So I got to go hang out with her at the private showing and talk to her, and she's so cute. And you know, that's like the coolest role ever.
Sure.
Just to meet, like, there will never be a cooler role, probably, to be honest. But just like to be around literally every superhero from Marvel. Because at the I almost gave some Endgame spoilers. I better not.
I haven't seen it, man. There'd be a lot of people out in the world that would kill you.
Oh my god, I know. I almost just said it, and I was like, better stop.
Yep.
Anyway, there's a scene where she has like literally every person in the movie there. And she was in it. And so she has pictures with all of them. She got to hang out with all of them. And she's just the cutest little girl. And one of the most famous lines of the movie is one of her lines. It like carries throughout the thing. And she actually improv'd that line. And they were talking about that when we were there on Saturday. It was just, it's so cool. So that's kind of the most recent experience, I guess, hanging out with her. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, so I mean, how do you feel when you're around people that, you know, are that high up in the industry? Like, have you been in it so long that you're just kind of like, this is great, but, you know, I'm not going to kowtow to them? Or do you get starstruck?
I don't really get starstruck. They're like, you know, like the people that I like are usually not like, I wouldn't necessarily get starstruck by. Like, I did get starstruck when I was like 15, but this was not from the entertainment business. I had a meet and greet with like my favorite band.
Oh, who was it?
5 Seconds of Summer. I love them. I still love them.
See, I'm too old even if they are.
It's a boy band.
Okay.
But I was like obsessed with them at this time. I was starstruck then, but like if I was like on set, it's such like a separate professional atmosphere that I don't really know if I would have even been starstruck with them. I would have been like, oh, okay. Like we're doing the same thing here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah. I met probably one of my favorite shows is, or maybe my favorite, up there for sure, is Lucifer. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I have not.
I know.
It sounds good.
It is. I know it kind of has an off-putting name, attention grabbing, which, you know, I like the attention grabbing names. Obviously, my thing's called #slut.
Right.
But yeah, it's about basically the devil came to LA and is a nightclub owner and joined the LAPD and like has this romance with this detective and like I don't know, it's just a really good show. It's just such a good show. And it got canceled, I think, actually, and Netflix picked it back up. I was so excited about it. I've been catching up on it today. But yeah, when I was at the last film festival I was at in LA, I was like and one of the stars of Lucifer was there. Like Ooh. I know, like going to watch another film and I was like I was with my dad and I was like, oh my god, I think that's the girl. And I was like freaking out like on the inside, and I had to go, like a lot of the film festivals stuff is marketing stuff, so I was going through the line anyway and being like, hey, if you want to come see my film, this is the day it is, you know. And I went up to her and I was like, hi, Sophia. She introduced herself and I of course knew who she was. I was like, cool, if you want to come see my film. And I think she actually ended up coming with one of her friends, so that was really cool. I was super excited, but of course I wasn't like freaking out, like fangirling to her. I was just like, you know, because in that case I'm like, it's a different setting for me. It's like, that's my job, like that's the professional side of me. So I would never like kind of explode on someone like, oh my god, I love you. Yeah, because that's like it's like it's taking you not on the same level as them. Right. And you have to kind of, you like, have to maintain professional that. And be like, yeah, like you're seeing something in this film festival. My film's in this film festival. So like, come see it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of, you have to keep that level of professionalism. Right. So yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, I gave her my little card thing and I was like, hey, I'd love you to come. Like, this is my film. I wrote it and I was in it. And she was like, oh, that's so cool. Like we talked for a little bit. She's super sweet. Yeah. So you're 19 and you're so professional. It's just, it kind of blows me away. Oh, thank you. It's something that, you know, is learned. But like, even as a child, like I grew up around adults. Like sets are pretty much exclusively adults. There's no children working on the set unless they're actors. And, you know, so I grew up around adults and I know how to handle myself on a set 'cause I grew up doing it. You know what I mean? Right. So I think that's part of why I can keep my cool. Excellent. Practice makes perfect. Yeah. Well, that kind of brings me to another thing I wanted to talk about is, so since you were around adults so much on set, and then when you did come home and you were doing online school, so it must have been a huge adjustment to go to your senior year in a public school. Public school. Oh yeah. Yeah. It was crazy. So, okay. Everybody probably knew what you do, right? Everybody knew you were an actress, and they know, you know, you're this beautiful blonde girl that just walks down the hallways of this 60-year-old school building. Yeah, it's an old school building. Yes, very. And it was very crowded. They have the elementary school building next to it now. They expanded it to another building, but they didn't have that. They did that the year after I left. Right. So it was crowded in that school. Yes. I remember when I was teaching there that one year, I didn't have my own classroom because I was a co-teacher and taught my immigrant students in, you know, within each class. So I was traveling and there would be times when I'd nearly get trampled to death in the hallway. Oh yeah. And I can't imagine, you're like a tiny little bit of a girl. I can't imagine what that would be like for you. Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy for sure. Yeah, you gotta walk with a lot of like, don't mess with me. Right. Because I'm so small. I'm like, hi. Yeah. But so what was it like? Did people accept you, or did they kind of put you at arm's length because maybe they were jealous? You know, both for sure. I knew some of the people that went to that school before I went in, which I'm, you know, appreciative for, just because I lived in the zone for that school. So I knew a lot of people from other things that lived around there that went to that school. So it wasn't too hard to, and also I'm like really outgoing, so I'll talk to anybody at any time. And granted, some people don't like that. They're like, okay, stop talking to me now. But yeah, I had a friend group in the summer before I went to Cherokee that went to Cherokee. Okay. So it was, or most of them did. A couple of them had graduated already. But yeah, so I had that little friend group going in and like that kind of thing. Yeah, so I did that. I definitely had some people that did not treat me very nice, I guess. Was it, I have to ask because this is a mom thing and I'm always like, my claws come out when it comes to my kids. Was it Mean Girls? Yeah. Yeah, there was, yeah, so this is the story I tell. That's like, oh, this is here's the biggest example of the things people, did.
This is it in a nutshell.
Oh,
right?
yeah. One of my friends convinced me to run for homecoming court the night before votes went in.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, I texted one of my friends and said, hey, want to be in homecoming court with me? He was like, yeah, okay. So we ran that night. It was like, I don't know, 12 hours before everyone was to vote and, everything like that. And so I was like, because I didn't want to do it before that. I was like, I don't know if that's going to be what I want to do.
Right.
My mom was like, oh, you should do it. It'll be fun. Like, you have to do all the pretty dresses and dress up and like that kind of thing.
Yeah. Once in a lifetime kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. It was my senior year. It's the first time in public school. And she's like, you should do it. And I was like, maybe. And my friend was like, I'm doing it. You should do it. And I was like, okay, fine. So I ran. And when we were all voting, you go to like your homeroom class or whatever. Mm-hmm. And this one girl stood up in her class, and said, do not vote for Sophia Watson. Like, she blah, 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 blah. Like, I did it better. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, was just standing up in her class and telling people not to vote for me.
Wow.
And one of the girls in that class was good friends with my best friend at the time. And so she texted my best friend who didn't go to school, and she texted me. And so I knew that it was happening when it was happening. Oh. And so I was like, what? That's so ridiculous. And so I said something to her after. I was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I can't even believe you just did that. Like, that's such a weird thing to do.
So you had the nerve to confront her.
Yes, I talked to her about it.
I am proud of you. Wow.
Thank you. Yeah. So I talked to her about it, and she was like, I'm sorry. Like, I was just jealous. And I was like, yeah. Like, I don't know why else you would do it. Like,
right.
It was very weird. It was a really weird experience. I got on homecoming court. So, I mean, I think enough people didn't like her that they were like, oh, well, if she says that she doesn't want me to vote for them, I'm just going to do it because I don't like her.
So how did it work out for you with this girl? Like, you talking to her, did it end up smoothing things out a little bit?
For now, no. She's still, okay. For then, yes. But she, I don't want to give her too much time, but she, yeah, but she and her little friend group have also given me some problems recently. Not recently, but probably, like right after high school and whatever. I was like, okay. It's like, it's not really like concerning to me though, just because like I have other things to do than like to sit there and like deal with her. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to unfollow you. I'm not going to talk to you again. Like,
and that's what you have to do.
Yeah. It's like high school's over now. Like, why are you still doing this?
Yeah.
Like,
unfortunately, I think a lot of the time the mean girls stay mean girls even into their 40s, because I've run into some of that even now.
My mom has too, I think, yeah.
And, you can't change people, but I think what you did was great by, approaching her and, not stooping to that level.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it sounds like, like how important it is to connect with people. Mm-hmm. It sounds like that's just kind of a natural thing for you.
Yeah, I like talking to people, but I'm sure because you and my mom are both like beautiful women, and like I'm sure it like my mom talks to me about it sometimes where people like still the mean girls are still there.
They are. Yeah, and you can't change that.
It's just like, yeah,
like you said, you just have to block them. Yeah, follow them on social media.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm done with this part now.
Yeah. So that kind of brings us to the whole social media thing, the bullying with your movie. So, talk about what the movie is about a little bit, so people that are listening can kind of get an idea.
Yes, of course. Basically, it's about this writer who's writing this story about this girl.
Okay.
And he's writing about this girl who's being bullied on social media and in real life, but social media is where it started and everything. And because she's vulnerable, because she's being bullied, this guy in a position of power takes advantage of her. And at the end of the story, it kind of ties the writer's story and her story together in kind of like a plot twist ending, I guess.
Okay.
And it's kind of a story about cyberbullying and just how you need to watch what you say to people because you don't know how it's going to end up, and regret and abuse of power, those kind of themes, I guess, in it.
Is it set in high school?
It is, yeah. I mean, it goes back and forth between the writer's life and her life. It does that more. I actually wrote the feature length first, which was, I think it was 98 pages.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was like a full length movie. And so there was a lot more going back and forth between the writer and her story in the movie, just because there was more time to do so. I think it was probably about a third the writer and 2/3 her story.
Okay.
That's kind of the fraction I would give.
Okay, gotcha.
But Yeah, so it's kind of both stories. So they take place at different times, like a few years apart, I guess.
Okay.
And so, but yeah, it's most of it is centered in this high school that Grace is going to.
Okay. And how old were you when you started writing this?
17.
17.
Yeah.
So senior year.
Yes, I wrote it for my senior project.
Okay. So
and then I was like, actually, I kind of like this. I was like, wait, I'm about to do something. I wanna do something.
I'm gonna keep using this.
Yeah, and I actually had to shorten it down to the short film, which was hard. That was probably one of the hardest parts of the entire thing, just because I had to cut out so many characters that I loved and so many scenes that I loved and stuff like that, and get the story across in 10 pages.
Wow.
So
can't even imagine.
Yeah, it's hard.
So does any of what goes on in the film have a basis in maybe things that you saw or experienced when you were in high school?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as I said earlier, like one of the scenes, like one of the bullying scenes, I guess, actually happened to one of my best friends. Like the scene like exactly happened to one of my best friends, and she told me about it, and I was like, actually, the girl that did that to her is in the same friend group of the one that stood up and told everyone not to vote for me. Shockingly, I know.
Yeah, right.
But,
shocker.
But yeah, it's just like, and of course, the whole rest of the story did not happen to my best friend, obviously. But it could have. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I think is important about telling this story. It's it's like you have to. You don't know what you're saying is how it's going to end up hurting someone, or what it's going to end up doing to them, or what's going to end up happening to them because of that. And
yeah, because I think kids your age, you just grew up with all of the social media, so I think some people have this delusion that there's not a real person on the other end of it.
Oh yeah,
is that how you see it?
Oh, for sure. It's like people feel so brave behind a screen. And some people are like, oh, cyberbullying isn't real. Like, just turn the computer off. But it's really not like that. Because, I mean, once you've seen someone say something like that to you, it sticks with you.
Sure.
You're not just be like, oh, right, well, boop them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it sticks with you when people say things like that, especially if, like, in the short film, it picks up and people, like, it brings it into your real life. And, like, it's a bigger deal than I think people make it out to be sometimes.
Yeah, there's screenshots. I mean, anything that's out there is always out there.
Oh, for sure. And I think that's another thing. People don't realize how permanent on the internet everything is. Because, with like all the different accounts everyone has now, and like all the different social medias and things that disappear on Snapchat, like nothing's really ever gone.
No,
nothing's really ever gone. So
yeah,
there's kind of that dangerous aspect of it that people don't really understand. But
well, I think it's really great that at your age, when you were still in that pool of everything going on, that you had the, I guess, the wherewithal to kind of be able to still step back and see everything for the big picture.
And it's kind of funny because when I first started public school, the first day of my senior year, I came home and I was like, Mom, this is just like the movies, like with the little clicks. And like, I saw it like a movie. My mom was like, Sophia. But I could see it and be like, this is literally just like Mean Girls, like where the little clicks happen and like all that kind of thing. And I I hadn't had any experience in a public school before. And so I think people that don't just come in the middle, I think it's harder to kind of take yourself out of it and be like, oh, like that's
right.
Like that's just them being a mean girl. You know what I mean? I think I was lucky in the aspect that I got to just go in the middle.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because you could see it that way. And you also have the background where you can turn that around into something that you can make an impact on other people with your message. So that's what I just think that you're just such a phenomenal young woman to be able to do that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So you've submitted it to film festivals. And how do you see that being received by people? I know you've won a lot of awards.
Thank you. Yeah.
And are you getting feedback from viewers that have said, thank you for putting this out there?
Yes, I have. Which is why I do it, I guess.
Right.
It's the best thing for I guess a writer to see. And of course, I did not do this by myself. I could not have done it by myself. It would not be what it is today if it was if I didn't have our amazing director and my mom and the cinematographer and the producers and literally everyone that was on the set had such an important role in it. it would not be where it is today, and how much I love it. It wouldn't be as great as I think it is.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people think it's great too, judging from how many awards it's won.
I hope so.
Yes.
But it wouldn't be there without everyone's help. Like one scene I wasn't in, I was watching on the monitor, and it was so perfectly how I imagined it, writing in my room at 3 a.m.
Wow.
And I literally just went inside and started sobbing. And my mom was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "It just looks so good. It's exactly what I wanted." And that was all Jenna Cannell, who was our director. She's phenomenal. Uh-huh. But it was, all her that framed that shot, that did that. Like, it was, it wouldn't be where it is without these people.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's making differences in people's lives. I had the one guy that came up after and told me, you made me cry and all that kind of thing. Like, those are the ones that like matter to me. But
right. Do you think it's going to make an impact on young people? Do you think it's going to make them see what they do and how it affects other people beyond walking out of the theater, maybe?
Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope so. I know a lot of people that have come up to me and talked to me after they've seen it in festivals have been like, "Hey, like, that was, really impactful. Like, that's really like, I don't want to give too much away,
right?
Just because I can't
we want people to see the film.
Yeah, but it was. I've had a lot of people come up to me and say, like, I really didn't like think of like things like that, like how it could, like, I guess the snowball effect, like where like one thing happens and it will grow and grow and other things will happen because of it.
Right.
And the butterfly effect, I guess. Both, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've had a few people come up to me and talk about how impactful it's been and how it makes them think. And how people have been like, "Oh, I've been like at the end of festivals," or people will message me on Facebook and Instagram and be like, "Hey, like, I like thought about your film for days. Like, it was like really like this and that." And so I was like, "Thank you."
Yeah.
I'm
so
glad.
That's what it's all about for you.
Oh yeah.
Right?
I just want to make a difference, I guess. I want people to realize that they should just be, nice to people, and like that what you say impacts people and makes differences and things like that. And so if that's the message I can get across, and if anyone, even half the people who see it can get that message, that's why I do it.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
So do you think that you're going to continue writing or acting? Because it seems like that's really your passion and that's how you reach out to people.
Yes, it is.
So what does the future hold for Miss Sophia Watson?
So right now there's been interest in it being an episodic instead of a feature-length film.
Okay.
So I've been working on that kind of thing right now. I've been working with some producers in LA and stuff like that.
Explain that to a suburban mom who has no experience in what you're talking about.
Okay. So I wrote the movie first, like the full-length movie. And instead of turning it into that movie, there's been more interest doing it as a TV show.
Okay. Now you're talking my terms. TV.
Yeah. TV. Yeah.
Okay.
So a TV show instead of a feature film, which is cool, because then you can like have more storylines and more things. Like, I always pictured it as this movie, and then once someone was like, you should do this as an episodic, I was like, you're right, because then you can like explore the different characters, and like different episodes can focus more on different characters and different plots and like things like that.
Sure.
It's more writing and and more acting, but a lot more writing for me.
So you would be able to have an active role in that? It wouldn't just get turned over to other people?
I mean, I could sell it probably.
Okay.
And not have a role in it, but it's just, this is my child.
Yeah, that's your baby. You deserve to be able to shape it.
I think part of how we're going to, I guess, sell it to the producers and executives and whoever is interested in it, once we like get that, when I go back to LA and, do the conferences and whatever, it'll be kind of the package deal where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play this character, you can cast the rest of the characters however you want, but that one's me. Yeah,
I created it. That one's me.
Yeah. So yeah, and I'd love to stay on writing with it as well. Like, that's one of the things I'd really like to do if we sell it or anything like that. But a lot of times TV shows are not just written by one person. So that's probably next where I'll do that. But weirdly enough, I'm not going to college for that.
Oh, so what are you going to college for?
Yeah, I've been thinking about like getting like a minor or double majoring in like, writing or something with the entertainment business.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm actually going to college for elementary education.
Oh, wow.
So kind of completely different thing. But yeah, that's kind of what I would want to do if this does not, pan out, which I hope it does. But
well, I think it probably will. It sounds like it will.
Thank you. But I would love to do both. I love little kids so much.
Mm-hmm.
And, I just love that kind of thing. So yeah. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
Next semester I get to take my first, like specifically for that major class. So I get to go shadow a teacher for 15 hours.
Oh, wow.
I'm super excited about it.
Yeah. And I did that when I was in my degree program for teaching. And that is one of those moments where it's either makes or breaks your desire.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, okay, you're thrown in the deep end. Can I stand to be around all of these kids? Do I love being around all these kids? Yeah. And you've had that kind of experience with acting. So, it's like trial by fire, right? Your whole life. Yeah. So you definitely need to have that with teaching too.
Yeah. I'm good under pressure, I think.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that.
That is very exciting.
Thank you.
Well, I hope that everything works out with the film. And do you have another film festival coming up?
We do, yes. In the beginning of August, I believe it's the 1st through 4th, is the Marietta International Film Festival.
Okay.
So
#SLUT will be one of those.
It will. Hopefully everyone can come see it.
Yes. And then will we be able to see the film after the film festivals are done? How does that work with a short film?
So festivals don't really like you to put it online just because they want more people to come, see it there instead of just looking at it online.
Sure.
So we can't put it online yet because of the festivals. Hopefully by the end of this year, we should have it online. If not, the beginning of next year, probably. But
awesome.
Unless something happens in LA where they're like, don't do it. And you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But
I guess if you get that TV show deal, maybe they'll say, don't do it.
Maybe. I'm not sure. It depends on the thing because there's a show, End of the Effing World on Netflix right now. That's what it's called.
Okay.
It's
it's as catchy as #SLUT.
It is. And it's a good show. I think they have one season out now. I think they're filming the second now, but it was originally a short film.
Oh, wow.
So I know that you can go online and probably find that short film, and it's a short film. There are lots of articles on it and stuff. So I think it just kind of depends.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you have lots of opportunities to keep reaching out to people and making an impact. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think you're definitely somebody that can build bridges.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here with me.
Of course. Thank you.
Well, best of luck to you, and I'll be crossing my fingers for that film festival.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you like this podcast so far, please continue following along by tapping the subscribe button wherever you listen to podcasts. If you really liked it, go on, be awesome, and leave a rating and a review. Find me on all social media too by searching Sheryl with an S, Parbhoo, that's Parbhoo. Thanks for listening to Southern Life, Indian Wife.
Hi, welcome to this Subway ad for the all-new Pit Smoked Brisket. How would you like it?
I'll take a man who knows what's what.
Y'all know what? The all-new Pit Smoked Brisket at Subway is smoked slower than a slug going up a down escalator, that's what. I'm talking tender, juicy brisket, naturally pit smoked for at least 13 hours. What's more, it's got layer after layer of smoky flavor. Smoked cheddar and barbecue sauce on delicious Italian bread. Subway, make it what y'all want, what not. Limited time only at participating restaurants.